Let's talk about the burqa for a second.
Oh, please, yeah. I've been waiting to, yeah.
Good. So I would imagine that it would be a widely shared belief in this room, and certainly on the panel, that there's something very troubling about the burqa. And in particular...
It's a monstrosity.
I believe there would be a lot of resonance with that belief on the basis, at the very least, that part of your human birthright is to communicate via facial muscles, which are actually really unique. They are uniquely evolved for uniquely human stuff, and to deny a person the ability to use those things is barbaric. On the other hand, there's always, it struck me as hypocritical that we don't recognize that the burqa is one terrible solution among a whole pantheon of terrible solutions to a problem that's actually much older than humans. That there's a primate problem with groups in which there are multiple males. How do you get pair bonds to stick when you have multiple males jockeying for position? It's almost impossible to do. So we don't see it as a widely distributed property amongst primates. So human cultures have solved this in a whole bunch of different ways. Some of them absolutely monstrous, and beyond the burqa, of course, you know, female genital mutilation, for one. So we have all of these bad solutions. I believe, without exception, the costs of them fall disproportionately on women. But the West, which doesn't have any of these things, the modern West, also does not have its shit together with respect to human sexuality. So we do things like sexualize young girls. We allow corporations to get into our minds and make people feel insecure about their bodies and their sexuality and all of this stuff. And then we monetize the sexuality of young women. And it's really kind of a despicable system in its own right. So you've got two different failure modes, neither of which are acceptable. But to focus on the one failure mode and not recognize the problem or the solution, the problem to which it is a solution, is not fair. And really we ought to be having the conversation about how do we once and for all deal with this problem in some way that is fair to people and matches our values and doesn't require us to rationalize.
Isn't one answer to that to constantly be aware of the fact that this is just an ongoing tension? To recognize that there are tensions like this in our species, which we're forever going to have to...
There is a difference between a burqa and what you just, with respect, Brett, what you just said, because...
Don't text now.
No,
Maajid's just pulled his phone out.
Can everyone see that? I hope you
Of course.
There's a man on a beach. He's got no shirt on. He's in the sea, and he's got his baby girl there.
Yeah.
Can you see that, guys? Can you see that? Yeah, can you see that? Right?
Yep.
Right? He's on the beach, he's got his baby girl, and he's got a huge smile on his face, which you won't be able to see from over there. And here is an image. This is an image. I don't know if this is a photograph or a photoshopped image, but all of us have probably seen that at some stage in our lives. I certainly have. The man has got no shirt on, a bit fat. He's in the sea. He's got his baby girl in his arms. He's got a huge smile on his face. And his wife here is in a full burqa on the beach, right? Because she cannot take that off. And if she does want to swim, this is what she ends up looking like. She has to go in with her full burqa on her body, and she can drown like that, by the way. It's very dangerous. She can drown. Now, the difference between what you just said, advertising, the use of the female body and the male body, by the way, it's not just women who are sold in these adverts. There's a lot of pressure on men to look good as well. Don't I know it? So, but the point I was going to make very quickly is the following.
You rise to the situation admirably.
The difference... the difference is dogma, right?